everybody wants to know how to play double thirds. It comes up in my studio just about weekly. So let's unpack it and see what is involved. So to start with, let's compare it to, let's say, going up 5 fingers. So when we're doing single notes, we have a preparatory motion, single rotation, double, double, double. I'm starting from the rotational point of view because that plays a major role in playing double thirds. Now, when we play double thirds, if we did the same thing, going right, 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 very often this is what happens. The fingers don't play together, and also there is a sense of a lack of control. First thing to know about double thirds is that they are double rotation. That's what we start with, meaning that we go from the right to the left, to the left, to the left. When people first learn, if they want to feel a little bit greater freedom, they would let go of the bottom finger and let go of the bottom finger so that they can really feel the rotational element. What it does is it puts the arm equally behind both fingers. When you go to the next one, puts you equally behind both fingers, and the same thing here. So you may be going up a scale, and what feels to us subjectively is I'm always coming back, I'm always coming back. But what it does, as rotation does, it works together with what we call the walking hand and arm, the element that goes down and across. And there's a slight up that is not felt, just to give you the exact information of what happens. But what happens is when the arm goes down and it's free and we are well connected, there is a sense of the arm coming, it's coming from the side, but it's landing straight down behind both fingers. We don't favor fingers. All of them have to feel equal. Even if we want to bring out the top note or the bottom note, it's right over it. Same as when you're coming from above. Now, why not just come from above? Because then the motion up and down and across is not fast enough. It's a little bit laborious, we get tired. What the rotation does, that it's practically magical, it brings the forearm, the walking hand and arm with it, and if it's missing, we add it. So you're going left. Now as I go to the left, my arm has shifted to the right. Why? Because I'm playing here, I'm playing here, I'm playing here. I've shifted, the arm is moving in the direction of the fingers. So the rotation brings, and that's what we have. It becomes smaller and smaller, and the other elements to it, which I will discuss. Now, when it comes to doing a scale, double third scales, let's compare it first to single notes. So then we start with a single rotation, double rotation, single, single, double, double, double. But again, taking the rule, the law of how the rotation functions in double thirds, and in fact, in all double notes and chords. So it goes to the left, it goes to the left, it goes to the left. Now, if I stay down here, I could never cross over there. So you let go of the third finger, turn left, turn left, turn left. So we're going up the scale and we're crossing that. But what happens that each time we play the third, the feeling is toward the thumb. It's not tilting on the thumb. It's toward the thumb and left. So we're going up the scale and we're crossing that. But what happens that each time we play the third, the feeling is toward the thumb. It's not tilting on the thumb. It's toward the thumb and playing straight down. So that's what happened here. Coming back, single note, single, double, 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 single, single, double. Double thirds, double, 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 double. Now what happens here? We have to let go of the third finger, and instead of going back to the right like single notes, we play to the left. The rotation starts by sending us over, but then it has to balance. So again, all of those things, all those discoveries have to do with how it feels in the hands. That if we go and we cross, we go like that, it feels off balance, and very often that's a symptom that the rotation is not working right. So it's coming And of course, the question is, how can we sound legato when we are letting go of certain of finger? So I'm playing it, I'm letting go of the third finger so I can move over it, and the five doesn't. The five is also not perfectly legato because then you couldn't get there, but it's almost legato. You have that. So when you do the rotation, the fifth finger releases right on time. And coming back also, okay, so it sounds legato, but I'm letting go of some fingers. I'm going today to give you basics, and next week I will speak a little bit more in detail how we get the legato sound when we're not connecting. Now, what about the in and out? Because it's all white keys, and in order not to curl the long fingers, they have to be just like with those coming out. And five fingers, white keys, out, in, out, in, or in this case of the five fingers on white keys, out, forward, slightly in on each finger. And each one, the in and out, the different ins and out form different shapes, and I'll talk about it in a moment. In terms of the double thirds, we move a little bit out, always with the second part of the rotation, preparatory motion, rotation back and out, and a little out and back in, out. That way we're playing on white keys, and as you see, my fingers don't change their shapes, because the moment we curl, the moment we twist, there are consequences. Tension, pain very often, and the ability not to go very fast. But what happens when we turn around? Oh, let's just do that. When I'm turning around, I'm okay, out, in, out. Now, if I'm turning back, I go a little bit forward, out, in. So to do it just by itself, out, we have two choices again, but I'm going to do only one, coming out, back a little bit in, out, in. Just enough to bring the thumb right back into the keys. With that comes the shaping. This is why we don't see all these elements. They form the final result, but we don't see them because we get a little bit higher, which minimizes also the in and out and the rotation. Go. This is a shape. This is getting a little bit higher, and then lower is what we call overshape. Now, in the case of turning around, I'm going to go coming out and go forward. Forms a little bit of an undershape. Go back in, out, in. So some people would ask me, so why do I have to learn all of those things? Can't you show me just the shaping to begin with? If that worked, that's all I would do. If someone comes and I see the other elements and the missing out, in, out, or the missing shape, that's what I will go to. But most of the time, the bottom line is the rotation. So even you can't tell what I'm doing here. That's the whole point, but underneath, if my rotation is not correct, it's not going to work. All of these things are the same in the left hand, it's going toward the thumb side, and the same in and out. I think this is enough for today. Just to give you the basics for that. And next week I will show some examples from the literature. I will talk about double third trill and some other situation, which I think you will find interesting. It will build on the knowledge of what we did today. Thank you.